Today's Spooky Spot's doing a throwback. We're going to be having a look at a couple of figures that we looked at before on the Spooky Spot reviews. We're having a look at the Funko General Mills Bloks vinyl figures with an edge, the cereal mascots. Now, as you see, we have Count Chocula, Boo Berry, and Frankenberry. Spot, I think, reviewed these about 2 years ago, and truth be told, these are actually pieces that Spot puts out every Halloween. So I thought, you know what, let's go back and revisit this line, because these are really neat collectibles. Spot really didn't get any further than just the cereal mascots, but they did release other block figures. I don't know if Funko is actually releasing block figures anymore. Funko really does expand and releases so many different pieces. On the side, there's a picture of Count Chocula, and I really also love these packages. The packages have a very, very retro look to them. I mean, I look at this and it looks like something I would have seen probably in the 50s or 60s. That is, if Spot was alive in the 50s and the 60s. On the back of the package, once again, more retro artwork. Bloks, vinyl with an edge, collect them all. Again, there's Frankenberry, Boo Berry, and Count Chocula. If you were wondering a date, 2011 would be your date. That would put these at 3 years old. So Spot's going to take a break. Why not? Let's have a look at these again. Spot now got HD going on here too, so we'll get probably a better look than we did before, but Spot's going to take a very terrifying break, get these opened up, and when we come back, we can get a better look at the Funko Bloks General Mills Spooky Monsters. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. So, with these reopened, let's look again at the Funko Blok General Mills cereal mascots. They are blocky, so if we turn them sideways and Boo Berry sideways, you can see that there is not a lot of depth to them. They really live up to the idea that they're made of a blockier, almost like a building block kind of design. I also really like the fact, too, that if you turn it kind of sideways, you can kind of see how there's just different elevations as if they were kind of just made out of blocks. They are not soft rubber, but they, like the head especially, has a little more of a give to it than the bottom of the body. The bottom body is just a solid plastic. On the underside, Funko 2011 General Mills. Like three of them together, I think, work better than just singularly getting the one. I think they kind of look neat, really, on all three. And generally, Spot puts them kind of around his fridge area where General Mills cereals are currently sitting. Oh, yes, they are. I currently have the Monster cereals. And I don't know if I'm actually going to do the reviews of the Monster cereals this year or not. I haven't figured that out just yet. But so we have Count Chocula. Coloring-wise, I think even through the camera here, the camera lens, Count Chocula really has a neat color to him. Kind of a lighter color as well. I think it almost seems a little lighter than what he appears on the cereal. But coloring-wise, he could be my favorite. For just the design of him, I think Frankenberry, which I always seem to be the fallback to. Frankenberry always seems to be my favorite designed cereal, and equally so, probably my favorite flavor of the cereal of the three. There is the back of them. There's not really a lot going on the backs of them. You can see that not really a lot of personality, whereas at least Frankenberry's still got the chain suspenders that he features also on the front. Again, I would say Frankenberry especially, you can hear that. That is the sound of air escaping. That means, again, these are hollow pieces. They are light, too. They're not considerably heavy at all. But they are fun little collectibles. Spot tries to put these out every single year, every single Halloween, and again, they generally end up sitting around the area of my cereals. Just kind of reminds me of Halloween. I like to come downstairs in the morning, kind of just wipe away the morning fatigue, and I kind of look up to get my cereals, and I'm greeted by these three chaps right here. And somehow they always cheer me up, especially around October, which is always when these guys see light of day. The Boo Berry, I don't know, is probably not... The camera seems to kind of give him a more consistent coloring, but I find, like, in person, the coloring on him seems a little more greener. Whereas through camera here, through what I'm looking at through the viewfinder, he does have a lighter blue coloring to him. But Boo Berry probably might be my least favorite of this set. From a visual perspective, coloring-wise, I think probably Count Chocula could be my favorite. But overall design, I think Frankenberry possibly could be my favorite. Though these aren't really available anymore, you probably could easily just go online and find them and probably get them at a pretty decent price. The block figures, I think they've also released like a Superman, a Batman. I think they also did like a Joker as well. The Batman I remember distinctly. And if I ever see him again for a really good price, maybe at my local comic book store, I might actually consider picking him up. The block figures don't really do anything other than just being a really neat design look, like a really neat designer piece to put on display. But guaranteed, though, every Halloween, these guys see the light of day. Today's Spooky Spot was revisiting the Funko Bloks General Mills cereal mascots. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more Spooky Spots heading to you this month of Spottober. So really, thanks for watching as you always do, guys. I'll see you next time.